Good day once again, friendly viewers. I forgot the video. What am I doing? Oh yes, that's right. Bakuman, of course, Bakuman. How do we think Bakuman's going to end? Is this the end? Is this the last arc of Bakuman? Um, there's. I'm really worried it's the end. But yeah. So this video is going to be talking about the end of Bakuman. So recently we've been having some like amazing chapters from Bakuman. We've been seeing loads of Azuki Miho, Saiko's thingamajig girlfriend. We're seeing loads of her. He's not really a girlfriend, but still, loads of her doing the auditions and stuff, and she wins the auditions, and it's crazy. Those chapters are like really good. The most recent chapter we just had, chapter 173, wasn't so good because it was more like it was kind of filling in a gap. It was sort of like trying to give information. There wasn't really anything for the plot. Like there wasn't really much happening. So chapter 173, the most recent one that like from last week, was not really so good. But the thing that interests me about that is that the name of the chapter is called the Moment and Last Chapter, or Last Volume. Sorry, Moment and Last Volume, I believe. But in the chapter, like obviously the chapter titles for each of the chapters in Bakuman, they have the title, and they don't necessarily refer directly to the title of the chapter. But there's always that theme. Like the title of Bakuman chapters always explain like the main theme or the main thing that they're covering in that chapter. And so for them to say last volume, but they haven't really. They've been talking about how they're going to end Reversi, which is fair enough, but I kind of feel like they're trying to tell us that it's going to be the end of Bakuman. Also, it's got to be soon the end because firstly they've done their dreams. They've fulfilled their dreams. They've done what they, well, not completely yet, not technically, but within maybe two more chapters, three more chapters max, they would have done that, and then maybe a few more chapters for like the marriage, and then what? Bakuman can't really go on much further. However, they haven't. The authors or Jump hasn't yet told us that Bakuman's ending as such. Like with Bleach, it said this is going to be the final arc, and we know that the arc's going to go on for maybe another year probably. We're going to have like Bleach for a long time still, I think, but we know that it's going to end probably. Whereas Bakuman hasn't given us that sort of indication. But of course, throughout all of Bakuman, a lot of the stories in Bakuman, like the manga that the characters make, often have like faults or strengths that Bakuman has. So there was one thing about Detective Trap where Bakuman, they were making Detective Trap, and they were saying that because there's a lot of text, they have to make everything a bit more interesting. Like everything has to be over dramatic. It's exactly the same with Bakuman. There's so much text that the expressions and the panel work and the composition of each page has to be like really well thought out to make it more interesting. Make it not just reading a whole load of text like a novel. So there's these kind of problems that always are in Bakuman, or the use of like toning and pausing and stuff. These are just generally mainstream manga problems, but that's what Bakuman sort of alludes to, all these different problems. One of the problems that they talk about most recently is the not dragging on a series, and they've been really quite obvious with their message that they don't want the Ashirogi Muto duo to carry on Reversi. They obviously that's not what Ashirogi Muto want. They don't want Reversi to go on longer than it's welcome, for it to overstay its welcome. And this is not only just like Bakuman, where Bakuman is getting close to the final end, where we all knew where the end, when Bakuman would end, once their dreams would come true. That's the end of the manga. There isn't anything else. Just like Reversi, once Weiss gets killed by Schwartz, where to go after. And the thing is actually this is all from Death Note, where L, hopefully you've all seen Death Note, so this isn't a spoiler, but L gets killed by Kira, and you think that's the end, but they carry it on, and a lot of people criticise Death Note for carrying it on. I still enjoyed Death Note very much, because obviously the characters are amazing, and the storyline was good. It just obviously wasn't as good as the all the chapters up to L. So that's my point really. The fact that Bakuman, they obviously, the artists know when to stop. They know that this is coming to the end, and unless they've got something like a really good way of carrying it on, which I can't even imagine, then they've got to end it soon, haven't they? The only way I can see it going on for longer, and possibly frustrating a lot of fans in a sort of double-edged sword move, is to have the manga finish before the anime, like reversely finish before the anime airs, and the animation company decides not to produce it because they don't usually have anime and manga running at different times. It's quite rare. So that's the only. And then, like, for that not to happen, and then also, Ashirogi Muto have all been about making a flagship manga, and it seems like, they've beaten Nezuma Eiji, like, once, they got the first place, but it still doesn't feel like that they've completely beaten their rival. It will almost be like a bittersweet victory, because they would have got, their dreams would have come true with Miho doing, the role of Naho in Reversi, but they wouldn't have really beaten Eiji, and Eiji's got, like, and once his anime comes out for a zombie gun, it would be much more popular. So yeah, what do you think? Do you think it's gonna finish within? Because to be honest, I could see it finishing within 6-7 weeks. 2 months tops. I could see it finishing. Or do you think that they've got something mysterious up their sleeve that's gonna continue it? Because they haven't said that it's going to finish, but it's at the end of the story, isn't it? Yeah, tell me what you think. This is a debate video, and debates don't happen without people commenting, so if you are a fan of Bakuman, and you have any idea, or a better idea than I do about Bakuman, do comment. I will definitely reply. Thanks for watching, catch you later.